Hello YouTube, I'm Bobby, the Director of Physical Therapy and Research here at Par for Success. And today we're going to talk about why you're early extending. Now this is just going to be a brief overview, and I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons in my experience that people early extend. Now I want to start off by saying early extension is not always a problem. The only time we want to fix early extension is when you're experiencing a lack of speed, you're experiencing poor ball contact, or worse yet, you're experiencing pain, most commonly in your low back, or especially in your wrists and forearm and elbow. Now, there's plenty of great golfers out there that, based on video assessment, would be called early extenders, and they can even play on the PGA and LPGA tours. They're fantastic players. Again, if you're experiencing poor distance, poor ball contact, or pain because of your early extension, then these are ways that we can assess and fix those problems for you. Now the most basic, the simplest place to start is to look at your flexibility. So I'm going to shout out our home assessment, which you could download or get to in the link in the description below. And if you take that home assessment, you're going to go through 4 of the main tests that we would take you through if you were here in our lovely facility in Raleigh, North Carolina. Now, the most important of these 4 assessments is going to be your hip rotation. So let's just go over early extension real quick. All right? I've got my club to kind of demonstrate, and you can see from this angle, when I come down, I'm coming through impact, and my hips go towards the ball instead of going towards my target. That would be called early extension. All right? So one of the main things that we need to be able to do to not early extend is obviously rotate our hips through impact and beyond to face our target instead of facing the ball. Now, I'm not going to have you do exercises that work on rotating your hips if you can't rotate your hips. It's kind of as simple as that. So if you go to the link in the description and you download that home assessment, or if you come in for our in-person assessment here, we're going to take you through our hip rotation assessment and see how well you do. Now, how well you do is going to be determined by your age, your gender, and your training history. We have different recommendations for different levels. Simply put, if I bring my leg up and I can only get this far, nothing's going to happen for me. I'm probably going to early extend because that's the only way my body can get the club back to the ball. All right, so the very first thing, again, is you're going to want to check especially your lead hip rotation. Now, the second reason that I see a lot of people early extend, this is assuming that hip is good, assuming it has no pain, assuming it can move freely, okay, is that people don't know how to move their hips. Maybe they were never taught how to, and especially I see this in people who have only played golf and they haven't played any other sports, all right? So me personally, I have a throwing background, right? I've spent years trying to clear my hips so that my arm can throw the ball where I wanted to at the target, right? Now here's the funny thing. I used to early extend before I had all this great technology. That's because I didn't really know how to move when it came to the golf swing. So we are not swing instructors, but with our understanding of biomechanics and our great technology here in our Raleigh location, we can help you learn how to shift your weight forward, when you should shift your weight forward, how to rotate your hips, still make great contact with the ball, all right? This is also where gym exercises like medicine ball throws, or maybe even some other basic rotational moves with a cable machine are gonna be fantastic for you because they're gonna kind of take the golf ball out of the equation and let your body learn an efficient, simple rotational pattern, all right? So the second main reason is going to be that simply you don't know how to do that move. Either you were never taught, or you've played golf long enough and whoop, that's just how you made good contact. But again, it's causing one of those 3 issues I talked about before: loss of distance, poor contact, or especially pain. Now, if I shout out our home assessment again at this point, right? This is where the home assessment might not be the answer to your problem. Because if you take that home assessment and you have a great amount of hip rotation, but you still early extend and are having problems, then the mobility, piece number one, is not what your problem is. That's when I would really recommend that you hop on a call with one of the members of our team. That's a great resource that we have on our website, is you can go anywhere on that website and you can schedule a call with someone who can talk you through how we can help you learn to use that flexibility to get a great golf swing. All right, now the third reason that you're going to early extend, at least in my experience, is going to be something funky is going on in your backswing, or especially transitioning from backswing to downswing. All right, Chris actually has a video that talks about going over the top, which is one of the other common swing faults we hear people talk about all the time. What we want to assess is, one, are there any physical reasons that you're having trouble into the downswing? Are there any movement coordination problems that you're having? Or number three, you're doing something really funky with the club in the backswing. That's where we're going to tap into our really knowledgeable swing instructors, find someone who's an expert at teaching club face and club path control, right? Because there's a bunch of reasons in the backswing that can cause you to have to early extend. No matter how hard you're trying not to, you're going to have to do it in order to make any type of contact with the golf ball. So again, just a quick recap, you've got three main reasons that you're going to early extend. And before I get to those, remember, early extension isn't always a problem. If you're losing distance, if your contact is poor, and especially if your back hurts, then it's something we need to get looked at. The first thing to assess is going to be your flexibility. The second is, well, do you even know how to do the movement? And then third, and the last piece is, hey, let's go get a swing instruction from a knowledgeable swing instructor and see if there's anything funky you're doing with that club face that's going to cause you to do that. If you found this information helpful, I'd really, really stress going to take that home assessment or setting up a call with one of our team members so that they can talk about the thousands of ways that we can help people really all over the world. Not everybody that works with us comes into this lovely facility, right? But a lot of the stuff that we do here, we can take into the virtual world. We can work with you if you're out in California, Florida, Texas, wherever, and we can get you the same results that we would in here with very similar assessments and all the knowledge we've built over years of doing this. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a comment because that gives me motivation to do these. If you could like it, that's also great. And then for other content, subscribe to our channel. We come out with videos at least once a week that's on similar topics. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.